Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Zurich model airport video, and we are back with a new unboxing. As you can see by the title, we have two new aircraft, which is the CH Air Airbus A319 and the American Airlines 767-300ER. So the CH Air that I have right now is a newer release, so obviously it has the new box as well, as you can see. And the American Airlines 767 is an older release. I bought it online from a guy through the Facebook marketplace, and it's in the One World livery, so it's slightly different than the regular livery. And yeah, American Airlines is a member of One World after all, so of course they will have that livery on at least one of their aircraft. And the 767 of American Airlines is kind of interesting when it comes to Zurich, because American Airlines doesn't operate all the time to Zurich, but it's mainly during the summer and December. I mean, they do operate the entire year, except sometimes they have less flights, sometimes they have more. And yeah, it's usually operated on the 767. And their destination is from Philadelphia, I believe, and I don't know if there was any other airport. It's possible that there could be another airport, but without further ado, I think we should start unboxing these planes, and we'll begin with the CH Air because it's maybe not as unique and cool. I mean, it is unique because this is the first CH Air aircraft Herpa has released. But in terms of like the size and what aircraft it is, it's an A319 after all. So let's begin unboxing this thing. And right off the bat, looking at the aircraft, we can see that it's pretty nice and that it has quite a lot of details, which I like. And we'll do the usual, and we'll begin with the front, where we have the cockpit windows and the cockpit window wipers, and some markings there underneath the cockpit windows. We have the front door, which is also nicely detailed. Front landing gear, which looks pretty much the same as in all the other molds. So it's not really anything special. A bit of markings on the hatches or the doors for the landing gear wouldn't be really an issue to add, but yeah, Herpa doesn't really want to add that for some reason. And then we have the CH Air text or branding on the fuselage of the aircraft. And in the middle of the fuselage we have an emergency exit, which is also followed by the emergency exit markings on the wings. And the wings have some nice details. Some flap slats and spoilers and a slightly darker grayish color. And then the winglets. Let's see if we can get that focus to work. I don't know. It's good enough. It's obvious what it is. So it's the Swiss flag, or also the logo of CH Air. Yeah, these are your casual A319 winglets. It's not a Neo variant, so it's not really anything special in my opinion. And of course we have the engines, which have some markings on the underside. Kind of hard to see now from this angle, but it's there. And the engine fan blades are also inside of the engines, which is nice. It adds a nice little touch of details. And we can move towards the tail. And before we actually get to the tail, I can mention that the registration of the aircraft is also here, HBJOH. And then we have the blue color, a little patch of blue coloring there on the rear end of the aircraft, which is nice. And that's the standard livery for CH Air. And the rear wing itself, the vertical stabilizer, is Yeah, your casual A319 stabilizer, I'd say. It doesn't really have that much details, but it does have the tail logo of CH Air, which is nice. And here we have the APU, which has a little touch of gray chromish color, which is also nice, and it adds a nice little detail. And we can turn the aircraft upside down and see how the aircraft looks from the underside. So, if we look at the aircraft from the underside, you can see the main landing gear, which is really not anything special. It's just your casual main landing gear. But it does the work. It looks pretty nice. And on the wing there, we have the registration of the aircraft again. And we can also look at the luggage compartment doors, which is on the right side of the aircraft. And other than that, there's not really much else to it. It's a pretty nice little aircraft, and I pretty much need it because obviously it's serving Zurich as its main hub. So you expect this plane to be seen quite a lot in my updates. And if I'm not wrong, this plane should usually operate to like the eastern part of Europe, like Skopje, Macedonia, or Pristina in Kosovo. And I think it also operated to Turkey. I forgot what airport it was, but I'll have a check before I start making airport updates again. And other than that, I think that concludes everything for this aircraft. So I think we should move on to the American 767. So, the American Airlines 767-300ER. It's an older release. I forgot which year it was released, but it's clearly at least like 2 years old because it has the older packaging, which I like. I really like this style of packaging. And of course it has the license of American Airlines and Boeing. And on the rear side of the box you can also see some information about the aircraft and how many 767s American Airlines operate. So yeah, let's get it out of the box and take a look at it and see what details it has to offer. And taking the aircraft out of the box, we can already see that this aircraft is quite nice. It has nice details on the tail, where the American Airlines logo is after all. And personally, I've always been a fan of this livery because it's rather unique. It doesn't have that casual Euro white base color that pretty much almost every other airline uses. American Airlines decided to do things a bit differently and use this slightly grayish color. You can almost call it chrome. It's not really chrome, but you get what I mean. So without further ado, let's get into the details. So we can start at the front with the cockpit right there. We have the cockpit windows and the window wipers, which is nice. We also have the logo of One World, which American Airlines is a member of, and that is also stated on the aircraft itself. But looking at the front landing gear, it looks pretty nice. This is my first 767-300, so I really don't have an aircraft to compare the landing gear with. But as of now, I think it looks pretty good for what it is. And of course we have the front door, which is followed by a lot of windows, and once again the One World livery and the text of American Airlines. And moving along to the middle of the aircraft, we have the emergency exit windows, which also has the emergency exit markings on the wings, which is nice. And on the wings we have the flap slats and spoilers, which are nicely on there. You can clearly see them. But there was no color variation this time like on the CH Air. If we look at it, it has the dark gray color going along with the wing there. It's slightly different here, but that's how it's supposed to be on the livery of the aircraft, so it's nothing really I'm gonna complain about. And of course we have the winglets of the aircraft, which don't really have a logo of American Airlines. I really don't know why American Airlines decided to not feature that, but I guess they're doing their thing. And the thing I usually forget to mention with these videos when I make the unboxings is that pretty much all of these aircraft come with navigation lights, both on both wings and on top of the aircraft. Now, I don't know if this thing actually has... Yeah, it does, of course. It has the navigation light there. It's slightly more towards the front. But other than that, we can look on the engines, where you can see the engine fan blades, which are nice. You can clearly see them. Slightly hard to grab that on camera right now, but it looks really good for what it is. And if we turn the aircraft again, and looking at the back of the aircraft, we have the registration of the aircraft, which comes before the rear door. And the registration is N343AN. And of course you find the American flag next to the registration. And then we have the American flag, which is also the logo of American Airlines. And the horizontal and vertical stabilizers are also there. The details are slightly more clear here, which is nice. And the APU has a slightly dark grayish color, which is also once again a nice addition. And now we can look at the bottom of the aircraft. And looking at the aircraft from the bottom, the first thing I notice is that we don't get a stand hole this time, unlike with most models. But it's certainly not something I'm gonna complain about, because I prefer them without the stand holes, because it just kind of ruins the design, even though you don't really look at the bottom of the aircraft that often. But yeah, of course, the Herpa branding is also there. And the main landing gear are pretty nice. It's certainly nothing that I see that's presenting any flaws here. But overall, I think this is a nice aircraft. So we'll put the two aircraft next to each other that we unboxed today. And there we go. We unboxed the two new aircraft, including my first 767-300ER. And now once I have these aircraft, expect an airport update coming in a few days. I don't know exactly when, but I'll be looking to make an airport update as soon as I get time and as soon as I come home from school someday. This week, obviously. But yeah, these are nice aircraft. Certainly nothing from me to complain about, really. And other than that, I really don't have anything else to say. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.